Good evening. Let each of us, in our own way, be grateful for the love that has been shown to each of us, the graduating seniors, and for the opportunity given to us to respond to that love and to share that love with others during these past 4 years. As we come to such a major stepping stone in the path of our lives, we give thanks for all the efforts that have been poured into our lives through our parents and teachers, and the many people of this community who have done so much to encourage us and enrich our educational environment. We are also grateful for the recognition and the honors that this district has received because of the dedication and service of the students here this evening. But we know that the real fruit of our labors will be revealed as we, young men and women, move on to accomplish the goals that have been set for us. So, our offering this evening is this: that our lives will be touched in such a way that will enable us to reach our total potential, that we will seek wisdom and strength in all of our endeavors, that our eyes will be focused so that we can receive every blessing that is in store for us, and that we will always be filled with a desire to serve others. Thank you. Please be seated.
Fellow students, faculty, family, and friends, my name is Robert Shogri. It has been my privilege and my honor to serve as president of the senior class. These young people to my right and left are among the most intelligent and talented students ever to walk the halls of Upper St. Clair High School. It is on their behalf that I welcome all of you.
Friends, family, and fellow graduates. Artist Paul Klee once said, "A single day is enough to make us a little larger." Truly, life is a collection of days, hours, moments, and time, each with the potential to impact not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. Every morning we wake up, we are faced with a choice. Do we lie back, pull the covers over our head, and let time rush past us? Or do we get out of bed, face the world, and hang on to each moment until we have taken it for everything it has to offer? What more can we ask for, really, but the opportunity to live in this very moment, right now, in all of its beauty and its imperfections? Whether we notice it or not, each moment leaves its mark upon us. There are those moments which make us stronger, more able to deal with life's challenges, moments which make us wiser, in thought and in speech, and even those seemingly insurmountable moments which make us braver, giving us a newfound confidence we never knew we had. The true lessons in life are learned from the stringing together of all of these seemingly insignificant moments. From these innumerable instances in time, we create our own personal history, our identity. We have learned a great deal during our time at Upper St. Clair High School. Over the course of 4 years, we have had the honor of having many wonderful teachers and have challenged ourselves academically in each and every one of our classes. We worked hard, did our homework, studied for tests, and passed our courses. However, when we look back at our time at the high school, we know that the most enduring lessons we have learned have not been those which were taught in the countless hours we spent in the classroom. The greatest lessons we have learned have been those which were taught to us in a single moment. Lifelong lessons of respect, compassion, loyalty, and humility. These are the lessons for which we will be forever grateful. My fellow graduates and I know very well the importance of making the most of every moment we are offered. For 4 years, we have walked the halls of Upper St. Clair High School amid the familiar faces of friends, classmates, and teachers. We never truly thought that the time would come when we would need to move on from this place and leave behind all of the people we have come to know so well. It is only now, in hindsight, that we clearly see how we have changed since the first time we walked through those academic lobby doors. Each day we spent as high school students was full of its own challenges, lessons, and triumphs, and each experience we have had has changed us forever. As we move into the future, each going our separate ways, We can only hope to live every day with the dedication and enthusiasm necessary to make our own impact on the world. We cannot sit back and let a single moment pass us by unnoticed or unappreciated. There are still a great many lessons we have yet to learn and a great many things we have yet to experience. Now, at this very moment, we prepare to embark on a new chapter of our lives. We will move on to the next moment and the next, carrying with us the lessons we have learned during our time at Upper St. Clair High School. We look forward to the future, meeting new people, embracing new opportunities, and facing new challenges. Each day will make us a little bit stronger, wiser, braver. Just as Paul Clay said, today has made us all a little bit larger, and it has made the world a lot larger for us. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2007. Our next speaker is Andrew Savinoff.
So, here we are, outside. In robes, actually, courtesy of the friendly people at Jostens. Generally, when I find myself in these sorts of situations, I demand an explanation. If we're going to stand here outside in these swaths of fabric, there had better be a reason, and it had better be good. Fortunately, there is a reason we are here. We are here because we are graduating. Yes, graduating. Nice word. It has a certain ring to it, an air of finality, an aroma of victory. But moving beyond the word's passing sensuous allure, it is prudent for us to ask what graduation really means. To an extent, we have reached the end of something, a road we began to walk some 13 years ago. Given how long we've been walking, I suppose it's not surprising that we're tired, and may want to see today's festivities as a conclusion more than an introduction. It's almost hard to believe we have been going to school for such a long time. Bus rides, recess, games, lunch, games, recess, and the seemingly unavoidable reading, spelling, and arithmetic. Our voyage began with such things. Over time, we were introduced to more formalized English, science, social studies, math, and foreign language classes. And after that, we progressed to high school, to 4 years in that building over there. Fun. And now, it would seem that journey has reached its end. But has it? For there were benchmarks along the way we took to get here, milestones which marked transitions into new phases of our schooling. Physically, these milestones were the move from one building to the next. But on a deeper level, these benchmarks were indicative of a certain level of competence we had attained. In the end, the transition we are about to experience is no different, except in its magnitude. We have reached the end of one leg of our path, but we are now faced with a veritable crossroads that will determine the direction our very lives will now take. Perhaps some of us will take Robert Frost's advice and take the road less traveled. Perhaps some of us have decided that we hate poetry and will not tolerate such drivel. To those of us, I apologize. But in any case, regardless of what we do, where we go, or what we experience, or what we learn, we are far from the end of our trek. The new leg of our journey will in many ways be different from the first. Greater freedom, as well as greater responsibility, are already beginning to weigh in on each and every one of us, although some of us are more loath to admit to the responsibility part of that deal than others. The similarities between what was and what shall be are also notable. As we live on in this world, we are going to continue to learn, one way or another. There are many schools we will encounter along our new travels. Some will be pleasant, while others will be distasteful, if not painful. But in the end, learning is the only way to grow, and growing as a person is the only way to truly live. I salute you all, that is, those of you currently wearing robes, and wish you the best of fortune in navigating the high seas of what could be called the real world. In case this nautical imagery is as cliché and nauseating to you as it is to me, I encourage you to seek consolation in the immortal words of Oscar Wilde. The only thing to do with good advice is pass it on. It is never any use to oneself. Thank you. And now, please welcome back Josh Jackson, our Student Council President.
family members, teachers, administrators, school board members, other interested parties, and the class of 2007. It is tempting to say that today is all about enjoying the here and now, the weather, the delectable food at graduation parties, the wonderful sense of accomplishment and escape that we are all feeling in one way or another. High school is done for good, and I think we are all ready for it. Many would propose that today we have good reason to celebrate where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. And we do. There is much to celebrate today about where we've been. School has provided us with many golden memories, but some of the extracurricular memories are the ones that stand out at me. Pokemon cards, Pogs, yo-yos, and most recently a brilliant invention called the bicycle. May mean very little to our parents and teachers, but to us they remind us of the glory days of our childhood. Whether it was moving on from elementary to middle school, slow dancing for the first time at a Fort Couch social at a distance equal to your arm's length plus your partner's, of course, or having to deal with grades that actually count, we all had to mature at some point during our school careers. We had to learn, to adjust, to grow up a little with every new hindrance that stood in our way. And we did. There's no doubt about it, where we're going is full of surprise, progress, and change. Technology is changing our world more rapidly than ever before. Modern medicine is working miracles. Economic globalization and interdependence are building bridges between nations. The technology that our parents and teachers struggle to figure out on a daily basis is rapidly changing the way and the rate at which people send and receive information. If you don't buy that, you'd probably still agree that it's fun to watch them struggle with it. As Bob Dylan would say, the times, they are a-changin'. The future is bright, and so are we. We will have the chance to change our world in ways past generations have not even been able to dream of. And we will. But what are we really here to celebrate today? What will we remember most about Upper St. Clair High School? If we are wise, we know that the most important thing we celebrate today isn't where we've been, or where we're going, or even where we are today. The supreme wisdom of Dave Matthews tells us that it's not where, but who you're with that really matters. And so I propose that today is primarily a day to celebrate who we're with. Who am I with? I'm graduating today alongside the best football team in the state. Boo. A perfect 16-0 season. What an incredible accomplishment. It was fun to watch this team absolutely dominate the football field, and I am honored to be in the same graduating class as the seniors on that team. We dominated academically as well. Our #1 performance on the state on PSSAs shows that we are just as intimidating to opposing school districts in the classroom as we are on the football field. Over the past 2 years, we've been ranked the #1 public high school in the state, 2 years in a row. We have proved through our academic performance that failure is not an option in USC. And if I may add a corollary to that now famous motto, neither is moderate success. We truly did have the best school experience here in USC. Our parents and teachers are truly invested in our success, and all you have to do is walk around the high school to see how their commitment benefits us. All of these people make USC a township of champions. We owe this day and the success it symbolizes to them. So thank you, parents and teachers. But I return now to the question that has been driving this muddled recollection. What does this day mean to me? To me, it's all about who I'm with. I'm with the best in the state today. I'm with the winners, the victors, the champions. I'm with the Panthers. And there's no one I'd rather be with. So take pride in who you're with, class of 2007. As champions, your potential is limited only by the size of your dreams. Albert Einstein once said that logic will get you from A to B, but imagination can take you anywhere. So use your imagination, my fellow classmates. The world is waiting on us to mold it into its proper shape. We can, and we will.
Dr. O'Toole, Dr. Trombetta, Board of School Directors, administrators, parents, teachers, friends, and members of the class of 2007. Welcome to the 47th Annual Upper St. Clair High School Commencement Exercise. As principal of Upper St. Clair High School, I am pleased to be presiding over this joyous occasion. This day belongs to the young men and women seated before us. Let's acknowledge and honor this great milestone. Tonight is also a testament to you, the mothers, fathers, grandparents, brothers and sisters and friends who, through your constant support, understanding, and sacrifice, have helped these young men and women get to this point. Seniors, this is an opportunity to join with me to thank your parents, families, and friends for their committed support and unconditional commitment. Commencement exercises like this one tonight embody one of the greatest rituals of our culture. It is a unique and meaningful ceremony that marks the close of one chapter and the beginning of another great adventure. The group of students before you has been well prepared and bears the knowledge and experience that will help them successfully begin this journey. If their past performances is any predictor of their future success, I think I can speak with some certainty that they will realize extraordinary accomplishments. The Upper St. Clair School District has been bestowing diplomas to seniors since 1960 when 100 students were graduated. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of 365 fine students. The class of 2007 has been recognized with numerous awards, honors, and distinctions. This is a group of students who have demonstrated exceptional academic, athletic, and artistic achievement. Among those achievements are 7 National Merit finalists, 11 National Merit commended students, 15 valedictorians, 2 Superintendent Award winners, 13 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates, 120 National Honor Society members, and the 2006 PSSA State Champions. In athletics, we have WPIAL champions in football and boys tennis, with our football team going on to win the states. Superior ratings for many of our music groups, and most importantly, a class that came together to support a classmate in need by raising over $130,000. I believe that our graduates today will accomplish great achievements, reach great heights, and become great leaders in their communities and in their nation. For the class of 2007, I have chosen a quote by Arthur Helps to share with you. Keep your feet on the ground, but let your heart soar as high as it will. Refuse to be average. Now for my official duties. Dr. O'Toole, please join with me. Dr. O'Toole is the principal of Upper St. Clair High School. I do hereby certify that the students gathered before us have met the requirements for graduation as mandated by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Upper St. Clair Board of School Directors. Dr. O'Toole, I present to you the class of Upper St. Clair High School, class of 2007.
Thank you, Dr. Galani. Good evening. Members of the class, Upper St. Clair class of 2007, as well as family and friends of our graduates. I first wish to commend our student speakers for their thoughtful and inspirational messages. Thanks also to our student musicians and director for sharing their special talent with us. I will take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank our board, administration, faculty, staff, and community for all they have done to prepare our graduates for life beyond USC. Also, a special thanks to the staff members who made the preparations for tonight's ceremony. On behalf of the entire district, congratulations, class of 2007. You are truly a remarkable class. You made our school #1 as public education in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania in academic achievement the past 2 years. In addition, you earned many state honors in sports, activities, and the arts. In 1794, the Higbee School, one of the first public schools west of the Alleghenies, was constructed in Upper St. Clair Township. Tonight, over 200 years later, we gather in the same township to celebrate the commencement of the 47th graduating class. Much has changed in 213 years since that first school was built. In fact, much has changed since tonight's graduates were born in the late 80s and early 90s. At that time, most of us did not have a cell phone, internet access, or email. We did not text message, download music, or access wireless networks. Starbuck, back then, was just a character in Moby Dick. In this time of great change, it's comforting to observe that which remains unchanged, the crucial support of our parents for the education of their children. Just as the construction of the Higbee School in the 1700s was a symbol of the commitment that the parents of that time made to the education of their children of Upper St. Clair High School represents the parental and community support for the education of our students today. The outstanding young men and women presently before us are a manifestation of the commitment, love, and patience shown to them by their parents, family members, and loved ones. Class of 2007, I'm certain that recently your parents have thought about how quickly you've grown. They recall with fondness the countless diapers, sippy cups, dolls, your first steps, the first day of school, your favorite books, sports, school projects, music programs, birthday parties, vacations, and more. Tonight, those memories, along with one look at the unique and talented young adults you have become, gives them an unmatched, almost indescribable sense of pride and accomplishment. Commencement speeches often ask our graduates to address the challenging problems of the world, to improve education, cure diseases, end poverty, confront bigotry. Speakers usually point out that commencement is a beginning, not an ending. However, I suggest that the occasion of commencement, a time when the focus is on you and all that you have accomplished, it is also a time to look back and give thanks to your parents, family, and loved ones for the encouragement, nurturing, and support they have given you, assuring your success as students at USC and as citizens of our great country. In response to your show of appreciations, your parents will most likely reply that who you are today and what you will do in the future will be gratitude enough. Whether you thank them through your academic pursuits, community service, career success, or your role as a family member, these same endeavors will also make us proud to call you alumni of Upper St. Clair High School. Finally, I offer our thanks to you, your parents and families, for all they have done for our school district. Our sincere best wishes to you for good health, happiness, and future success. Thank you. Good luck.
Dr. Galani, I know it's been a tough couple of weeks, but I thought that bicycle thing was pretty funny. Dr. O'Toole, Dr. Galani, distinguished teaching staff, parents, guests, and graduates. Today we celebrate the culmination of many years of perseverance and achievement by our graduating seniors. We share bittersweet emotions of parental pride and the continuing concern for the future of our offspring that is every parent's undeniable truth. This is the transition phase that begins the long and winding road of responsibility. Graduating seniors, take on your challenges with an indefatigable spirit of pride and humility, of self-determination and self-sacrifice, of devotion to the one family of man, and above all, devotion to God. Learn to love life's blessings, never failing to appreciate all that has been given you. Learn to persevere through the most difficult of times and grow ever stronger for having experienced hardship. It would be very easy to abandon hope in this ever-changing world, but parents, we have witnessed firsthand the potential in your sons and daughters. We have seen their dedication to purpose and the vigor with which they approach their tasks. These young men and women seated before us are among the finest this nation has produced, and it is because of them in great part that the future of America is brighter still. On this annual celebration of Flag Day, as we honor these graduates, it is clearer than ever that our beloved country is still the shining city on a hill, as recounted by President Ronald Reagan. It is further clear that the students of the class of 2007, guided lovingly by the almighty hand of providence, nurtured by their devoted parents, and educated by their talented instructors, will propel this country toward further greatness. It is clearer than ever that America's best days are ahead of her. Congratulations, class of 2007.
Robert Shogri, Senior Class President.
Rachel Ann Billick, Senior Class Treasurer.
Kathleen Elizabeth Teep, Senior Class Vice President.
Margaret Louise McManus, Senior Class Secretary.
Eric C. Chang, Valedictorian.
Joshua Joseph Jackson, Valedictorian, Student Council President.
Blair David Douglas, Valedictorian.
Megan Jane Burdett, Valedictorian.
Miriam Leah Loebman, Valedictorian and International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Jing Young Cheng, Valedictorian, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Arjun Prabhu, Valedictorian, Student Council Vice President.
Carissa Young Lee, Valedictorian.
Andrew Savinov, Valedictorian and International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Chelsea Elizabeth Overstreet, Valedictorian.
Tori Colleen Tomachek, Valedictorian.
Matthew D. Prorock, Valedictorian, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Jonathan Matthew Weimer, Valedictorian.
Sarah Konsekenik, Valedictorian.
Lauren Elise Brun, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Elizabeth Annie Sang, Valedictorian.
Donald K. Groves, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Daniel Michael Capone, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Delana Elise Clavin, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Melissa Ray Kadick, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Elizabeth Ann Pye, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Neha R. Mehta, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Adib Shah Yunus, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Raymond Gil Van Cleve, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate, Student Council Executive Officer.
Ashley Marie Abbott.
John Matthew Kaufman.
Megan Stephanie Abbott.
Zachary Dean Cavo.
Maria Jessica Abdallah.
Thomas Patrick Kelly.
Amanda Michelle Albert.
Kevin James Kernan.
Brianna Marie Albert.
Arian Kidwell.
Christopher John Allegretti.
Sarah Lynn Kalili.
Claire Elise Alo, Student Council Executive Officer.
Ernest Richard Klein, Jr.
Evan Anthony Alo.
Philip Knobloch.
Thana Salah Ashlani.
Sri Lakshmi Commodori.
Adam Nicholas Anderson.
Caitlin Ann Kopek.
David Stephen Andraghi.
Rebecca Ann Koser.
Neil Benjamin Applebaum II, Student Council Executive Officer.
Joshua Levi Kozlowski.
Emily McLean Atman.
Matthew Robert Kramer.
Jeffrey Michael Offenberg.
Elizabeth Mary Krenslock.
Anna Kate Babnick.
Matthew Kajava.
Catherine McDowell Baldwin.
Rachel Bianca Kuntz.
Julia Grace Balzerini.
Daniel Christopher Cow.
Caitlin Mara Bartlett.
David A. LaBelle.
Bradley Yeager Bailing.
Brianne Elizabeth Laffey.
Andrea Nicole Bellino.
Kayla Lamar.
Melissa Ann Benincasa.
Robert Andrew Lane.
Michelle Marie Benincasa.
Nicholas Thomas Lang.
Kyle Anthony Berthout.
Katie Michelle Lance.
Samuel Pearson Bergren.
Zachary Christopher Lance.
Natalie Ann Bezek.
Jameson Duncan Lawson.
Brian Martin Betchart.
Kenneth Charles Leffler.
Catherine Marie Billerbeck.
Adam Taylor Lehman.
Alexander Bishop.
Ramsey McCoy Lesnet.
Joanna Blake.
Eric W. Levine.
Andrew Blazik.
Stacy Rose Lipsitz.
Alyssa Hope Block.
Gordon John Lloyd.
Jeremy Allen Block.
Jonathan Robert Lohman.
Elaine Eva Bloomling.
Aaron Elizabeth Long.
Stephen Bruce Bolo.
Brendan Page Lavasic.
Hartmut Paul Bosell.
Ashley Lowry.
Brendan Michael Borst.
Kevin Lucas.
Mark Allen Bauer.
Kyle Scott Lucas.
Scott Matthew Boyer.
Brian John Marks.
Alexander J. Branovan.
Victoria Elizabeth Marmion.
Scott Michael Brennan.
Brian Campbell Marsh.
Christopher Andrew Brett.
Gregory Michael Marsh.
Nathan Lee Brendel.
Kyle Paul Matthews.
Seth Joseph Brody.
Peter C. McCann.
Sean Andrew Brown.
Patrick Michael McHugh.
Hannah Louise Brown.
Kevin Michael McCullough.
David Jeffrey Buckholt.
Chelsea Elizabeth McGrant.
Catherine Buckley.
Mara Ainsley McGraw.
Justin Stephen Burdett.
Catherine Louise McGuire.
Courtney Lynn Cafaro.
David Calvert McLean.
Joseph Kenneth Campanella.
Candace Marie McNamara.
William Vincent Campbell.
Patrick F. McShane Jr.
Nathan Robert Camus.
Stephen Anthony Mindpress.
Mandy Cantrell.
Daniela Mealy.
Alyssa Capazzoli.
Leonard Mills, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Leslie Ann Carroll.
Morgan Timothy Minard.
Michael Allen Cartier.
Forrest T. Murr.
Jessa Louise Chabot.
Grayson McNeil Mitchell.
Daniel Thomas Chaffee.
Jordan James Molstreet.
Alec Walter Chebatoris.
Alexia Monsericier.
Anthony M. Cherub.
Lauren Page Montgomery.
Brooke Nicole Shervinick.
Aaron J. Moody.
Jacob Henry Chesko.
Laura Jo Morgan.
Nicholas Mark Chakran.
Daniel Edward Mulholland.
Sonny Chow, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Carolyn Markham Mirren.
Anthony David Christman.
Adam Henry Mushler.
Kelly Nan Sherman.
Ashley Danielle Nolte.
David Wright Clark.
Armando Alberto Ocondo.
Matthew Ira Cohen.
Rachel Elizabeth O'Connell.
Sean Brady Marin Conboy.
Matthew Anthony Otis.
Jessica Jean Connolly.
Carmen Renee O'Grodnick.
Dane Conwell.
David Andrew O'Loughlin.
Leslie Marie Cornelius.
Nicholas Thomas Palmieri.
Anthony Michael Cornetta.
Samantha Lane Parrish.
Daniel Cassidy Cosentino.
Donald Frank Pegnatero III.
Matthew Stephen Cosgrove.
Marissa Lee Pearlstein.
Patrick Thomas Coughlin.
Matthew James Perry.
James Court.
Thomas Xavier Petrini.
Timothy L. Cox.
Heather Marie Petrosia.
Jacqueline M. Koza.
Anna Lisa Pfefferly.
Joseph Marshall Crail.
Emma Catherine Phillip.
Lane Christine Cunningham.
Rachel Ann Phillips.
Lauren Crawford Cunningham.
Shannon Carey Phillips.
Stephen Craig Dadowski.
John Petrosky.
Nicholas John Darrow.
Todd Andrew Pastorius.
Marissa Elizabeth Day.
Andrew Mark Poljak.
Craig Delvin DeRoss.
Daryl Stephen Polydor.
Adam James Dietrich.
Michael Joseph Popick.
Kayla Ann Dixon.
Robert Edwin Pribish III.
Michael Frank Doden.
Joshua Thomas Radzikinis.
Zachary Andrew Dobler.
Farah Rahman.
Kristen Elizabeth Donahue.
Aditya Rao.
Clarissa Violet Drake.
Hassan Roel.
Kristen Mary Duff.
Caitlin Reckles.
Christopher William Dunn.
Kristen Finnerty Roy.
Stephen William Ebeck.
Lisa Michelle Ripper.
Jessica Mary Edens.
Lauren Jacqueline Blake Roach.
Michael Patrick Elliott.
Catherine Kaiser Rorty.
Hillary Elizabeth Engel.
Sean Carl Roach.
Aaron Rose Engler.
Ashley Samantha Rodrigo.
Elliot Max Epstein.
Clayton Charles Roner, Student Council Executive Officer.
Taylor Allen Everett.
Olga Roganova.
Melissa Ann Fairgrieve.
Stephen Edward Roysowitz.
Jason Brandon False.
Alexander Augustine Romanis.
Kenneth James Feldman.
Jonathan Peter Ross.
Anthony Baris Farelli.
Jason Theodore Sequoia.
Jared Michael Fink.
Bradley Jacob Solson.
Nora Cawley Fitzgerald.
Alan K. Saw.
Mark Joseph Fitzpatrick.
Laura Joy Scarton.
Sarah Jacqueline Flaherty.
Eric Michael Scheid.
Kevin Michael Flanagan.
Derek Matthew Schill.
William Roger Forrester.
Jill Ann Schillinger.
Christopher James Foster.
Helene Remy Schlein.
Michael V. Frack.
Rachel Marie Schneider.
Benjamin George Frodden.
Daniel Edward Schwartzwalder.
Christy Michelle Gaber.
Christopher Williams Scorsone.
Marissa Ann Gattano.
Nicholas John Shea.
Danielle Elizabeth Galordi.
Ethan Clay Shepley.
Patrick Michael Gannon.
David Taylor Shine.
Bridget Ann Garbalotti.
Maria L. Simon.
Robbie Earl George.
Elizabeth Lynn Smith.
Lauren Ashley Gilbert.
Catherine Smith.
Caroline Ruth Gilson.
Michael Justin Smith.
Doran Wayne Gilstrap.
Megan Lynn Smosna.
Andrew Christopher Goldner.
Ashley Marie Soriano.
Jillian M. Godla.
Brittany Marie Sortino.
Evan Bailey Garfield.
Maria Michelle Spirito.
Melanie Rebecca Goldstein.
Kepler Clayton Moore Sprinkles.
Julie Marie Good.
John Edward Staneski.
Julia Kathleen Gorman.
Caroline Francis Stevens.
Tracy Marie Gorman.
Nathan Aaron Stoltz.
Mary Michelle Graminsky.
Cullen Brown Stringy.
Vanessa Ray Garino.
Megan Marie Stomberg.
Lindsay J. Halakna.
Brandon C. Sullivan.
Samuel Patrick Hanley.
John Michael Surma.
Frederick Paul Knight Hatful.
Christy Switek.
Nisha V. Hothy.
Andrew Michael Thompson.
William Martin Hayes.
Paula Ptolomeo.
Casey Lynn Hazy.
Caitlin Maureen Tawzy.
Hillary Marie Heffernan.
Carly Ellen Turkley.
Emily Elizabeth Heiss.
Margaret Nickel Van Cleef.
Jonathan Thomas Henderson.
Alexander Pavel Euler.
Andre Galvo Herson.
Kimberly Volpatti.
Robert Zachary Hill.
Courtney Janelle Wag.
Joyce Margaret Hinnebush.
Carl Gordon Gibson.
Caroline Elizabeth Hogue.
Sam Walker.
Carly Lois Hogia.
P. Maxwell Ward.
Christopher Peter Horosco.
Amanda Marie Williams.
Nicole Elizabeth Horosco.
Jordan Paul White.
Timothy Michael Hoskins.
Michael Charles White.
Matthew Andrew Huff.
Michael Matthew Foley.
Matthew Tileston Howard.
Adam Garfield Wicks.
Brittany Lynn Howie.
Gretchen Marie Wilhelm.
Corey Michael Hughes.
Lucas Edward Wilson.
Timothy James Highland.
Amanda Cecilia Weiner.
Natalie Ilkin.
Anna Marie Washishinska.
Yu Ishihara.
Sarah Stewart Woden.
Stephen William Jackson.
Lydia Penrose Wright.
Alexandra Lauren Jaffe.
Trevor Matthew Yealy.
Brendan Robert Jenkins.
Samantha Sajaya Young.
Zachary Scott Jones.
Zachary Edward Zalesko.
Kelly Elizabeth Joyce.
Jonathan Warren Zora.
Graham Todd Kadar.
Jeffrey Thomas Zugates.
Edmund Grant Candabero.
Jason Joseph Zykes.
Kelly Lauren Cardos.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduated class of 2007.